It's week 2 of the NFL preseason, where depth charts and playbooks will be put to the test. Who knows what we're in store for here on EA Sports?
It is time for football as we welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We thank you for joining us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. It is week 2 of the preseason. Greg, as the coaches get ready for this one, you never know if preseason game was what we were preparing for. There is a focus and intensity after getting on the field for the first time as a unit in week 1.
You're exactly right, Mike. We had an opportunity to meet with these coaches, and from the way they talked, you would have thought this was week 10 of the regular season, and I think really what it boils down to, this is another great opportunity to have your players play in live, full contact, full competitive against another opponent. You don't get a lot of those opportunities nowadays in practice, and both these coaches want to take advantage of this opportunity here today.
Now an opening past the 30. He's to midfield. Inside the 20. And he takes this all the way back for 6. The opening kickoff of the afternoon turns into a touchdown. Greg, a dream start to this one. The opening kickoff taken back all the way for the first points of the game.
And each one of these teams, Mike, they've spent the entire week discussing how can we get off to a fast start. But you don't get out to much of a faster start than returning the opening kickoff of the game. It's a dream start, as you said. And, man, you just don't draw it up much better than that.
Tucker's extra point up and good. And his guys are very quickly out to a 7-0 lead. Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. Ray McLeod on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Falcons, led out by their quarterback, Kirk Cousins, one of the big moves in the offseason. Atlanta acquiring Cousins in free agency. He had 6 years in Washington, the last 6 in Minnesota, and now he begins his run this season with the Falcons.
Judging by our conversations with the coaches, Mike, I think it's a pretty safe bet. We won't be seeing a lot of this guy. I think what they're trying to do is just get him under center, knock off some of the rust of the offseason, and get him a couple live reps before he starts in week 1. At the end of the day, you just can't replicate this style of live action in practice. So whether you're an established veteran like him or a young quarterback, these reps in the preseason are invaluable.
Now a second down throw for Cousins. He'll get this to McLeod.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he kept that play alive as long as he could, but the rush eventually gets him and takes him down.
Well, Mike, the other day we heard how the offensive coordinator wanted to start fast offensively, but here so far, it's been the pass rush and the defense who's gotten out to the quick start.
On the give, it's Robinson. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard. So they'll talk over what to do on this third down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. 7-0 is our score. More after this. You're watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. The pressure gets home. He's lost the football. The defense has got it. How about the defense getting to the quarterback, getting access to the ball, knocking it free, and coming up with the recovery?
I'd like to see the quarterback just be a little more secure with the ball, Mike. You can see he's just a little loose, especially when you're operating from the pocket. But give credit to the defender. Nice job attacking the ball, knocking it loose and recovering it, and that is a big takeaway here by this defense.
This crowd ready in anticipation, their offense taking the field for the first time. Led by their quarterback, league MVP in 2019 and 2023, Lamar Jackson.
And remember now, Mike, since they made the schedule change, this week 2 of the 3-week preseason is really the opportunity to have a dress rehearsal for a lot of these starters. We see them get more game opportunities and game reps, all in preparation for week 1 to kick off. But for the rest of the team, there's the guys looking to fight for roles, and there's a lot of guys just looking to fight to make the roster.
And a nice gain there on first down. He takes it forward for 8 yards. Here's 2nd and 2. They're going to go right back to Henry. And he will power his way into the end zone. Derrick Henry has a touchdown. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown, and Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field, and results in a nice touchdown.
Tucker, good on the extra point. And his guys move out on top, 14-0. Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. Avery Williams on the return. And he will get back to only about his 20-yard line. That's where the drive will start. The Falcons offense ready to see the football for the second time. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Cousins. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Trying to get it to Kyle Pitts. And it'll bring up 2nd down. Cousins to throw. He's got this to Bijan Robinson. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. Now a timeout, Atlanta. That's their first. A 1st down throw for Cousins. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. In trouble, and down he goes. Falcons go ahead and take their 2nd timeout. They'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. And he's going to be sacked, but there is a flag down. Not sure how close he was to being offsides.
Still 3rd down.
Cousins out of the gun on 3rd down. And they're going to get him a 2nd time. He goes down again.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down, and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
So, we are at halftime in this preseason matchup. As we send you to Orlando, we'll check in with the coach. Jonathan Coachman has the EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Back to you and Greg in just a moment. Want to remind everyone, this is week 2 of the preseason. These two teams will have one more tune-up after this next week, before the regular season gets started on the Thursday following Labor Day. It was Derrick Henry, as he normally does, making his impact felt in that first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. Both these teams running through their final adjustments. It's time for the second half. And for the call, let's get it back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. The Falcons offense starting to trot out for this next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Plant. It's Penix. He's going to air this one out. And that'll be intercepted by Tre'Davious White. And this defense comes through with the turnover.
I think he chalked this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
The home team's offense ready for their first possession of this second half. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Justice Hill. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Tackle made by Nate Landman. Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw. Open man is Tylan Wallace. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
Mike, think back to our conversation during the break. We've kind of both asked ourselves, are they content with this double-digit lead? Do they come out and play conservative here in the second half? Well, it took exactly one play to get our answer. They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Back to the air once more on 2nd down. That's to the tight end, Kohler. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they take it to the 20-yard line with that one. They'll have a first down. It's a gain of 28.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
Run play. This is Hill. And he'll be taken down. So, right out of the 2-minute break, we get a timeout used by the defense with 1:56 to go. A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. He slams it in there, and he is in. Justice Hill for the touchdown. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. Williams now to return. And he'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. The Falcons offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. Things not looking good. But see if we get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. From the gun, here is Penix. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs.
Oh, a loose football. And no turnover here. One of the guards able to get the football and get on it to keep possession. Now Penix on 3rd. Now problems. He loses the football near his own goal line. And it looks like the offense is going to come up with this one. Wow, nearly a disaster. They get it back just outside their goal line.
After these kind of plays, Mike, you just wish the sideline was a mile away because you know when you get there, you are going to catch an earful. They stress all week, ball carriers. We have to protect the ball. In this case, it doesn't result in a turnover, but the lost yardage now brings up 4th down. These are drive killers.
A run on 1st and goal. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Point after now from Tucker. His kick is good. And his guys are able to extend the advantage to 28-0. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. On the return, it's Williams. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Falcons offense headed back to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Penix. That's taken in. It's Jace McClellan. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel in. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable.
And he somehow manages to get back to the line of scrimmage before he's hustled out of bounds. So the fans gonna head home happy. It's a win for the hometown squad as they move to 2-0 in this preseason, getting that 2nd win here in Week 2. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.